Hey, I'm Seal, and that bozo right there, well, he's my chunk account. If you're unfamiliar with the concept, all you need to know is that I'm restricted to a 64 by 64 tile area known as a chunk, and I must complete all of the tasks within it. Once the tasks are completed, I can roll another chunk, and the process continues. And starting this episode off, we'll get 20 defense, a nice little level to help reduce incoming damage, but for magic defense, it only counts for about 30%, and the remaining 70% comes from magic levels. The leveling magic will be really important, and unfortunately, the lack of runes is starting to feel rough. The time has come to get the first magic XP on the account. I'm going to hand cast it so I can feel the weight of the casts. And of course, I've gone up against a chicken with immense magical defense. It does feel good to finally be leveling up some magic though. Hopefully this will help me kill wizards quicker in the future with a little less flinching. In reality, at this low level, it probably won't have a great impact, but something is better than nothing. And with that, the first magic level of many has been obtained. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of it, but I used up the rest of the runes and got 6 magic. I'm going to go back to my little basement cave and I'm going to curse some enemies for a little extra experience, but otherwise I am back to grinding out some runes. Level 33 strength coming in hot and 150 total level. The levels are really starting to rack up a bit on the account. I just want to take like a quick moment to say how chill of a grind Flinching Wizards has been. Here in the basement, I see a lot of traffic, but have only been crashed like a couple of times, and both of those times, the person died. I don't know what that's about, but it might be a sign karma exists. Coming in hot, the first solo demon kill on the account. Hopefully we don't get any of the items we want, because I can't telegrab them. Thankfully, it did not. It only dropped some coins. I'm up to level 10 magic. Should get 11 with the runes I've got. Slowly but surely, I'm making some progress. There it is. First level 40 skill on the account and 175 total level. I missed it by just a smidge, but the first day of playtime on the account has been accrued. Who knows how many more hours I'll be in this chunk. Kinda guessing 3 or 4 days total, maybe? Who's to say I could go really dry on runes? And the subsequent drops. Holy smokes. We finally got a maze random. I waited until my next event window before hopping off for the night. So it's 1:30 a.m. for me right now, and I'm going to be here for the next 96 minutes. I am going to be so dead tired by the end of this. So finally, I've gotten the maze random I've been looking for. It's a pretty big random to get as a chunk account. If you're familiar with chunk accounts, you know this random is a great means of getting some resources. Notably, by completing the maze, I can get chaos, death, and nature runes, as well as some iron and steel arrows and some ores. However, these don't interest me as much as the regular chests with low tier resources like elemental runes. What you can do instead of completing the maze is sit at a chest and loot it every minute, which is what I'll be doing for the next 96 minutes. And every time I loot the chest, only 1% of the maze timer goes down. The hope is to get as many elemental runes as possible. The arrows, bolts, and strength potion don't benefit me nearly as much, but I will hold on to them for later use. The back-to-back is real. Second maze random immediately after the first. This is a great spawn. I have 98% on the timer. I'm going to spend the next hour and a half happily clicking this chest. Okay, we've got level 42 strength coming in. We've got a new max of hit.
What did he say?
Am I stroking out? We've got a new max hit of 6 while using the strength attack style, which should help speed up the kills. Another 50 casts for a couple of magic levels. I feel a little more at peace when other people are attacking the demon. There's like no what ifs when it comes to item drop. I can just freely attack the demon worry-free about a good drop happening. Level 15 magic, and with it we get bones to bananas, my only source of food in this chunk. Maybe I can start not flinching wizards? Well, that didn't really work out. Might have been a little ambitious of me. I'm going to try and get level 17 magic so I can use my chaos runes alongside my mind runes to level. Alright, level 17 magic, and you know what time it is. I'm going to wait for the next kill so I can maximize any additional experience I get from damage. I'm still holding out on the lamps and book. These next levels will be nice. Low level alchemy will be nice to get for some extra experience while I'm grinding on wizards. Alright, I got level 21 magic, and I'm out of casts, and I'm really considering using the Book of Knowledge. Probably shouldn't, but I'll get another, and I'd like to round out this level. Ending on 22 magic, a nice even little level, a little total level milestone of 200. As always, it's nice to hit these little milestones. They're kind of refreshing between the monotonous grind. Level 27 attack as well. We're getting there. Level 30 attack. I'm going to stop here and use the runes I've gotten so far to train a bit more magic. Got about 90 casts or so I might as well make use of them. Just finished a random and got myself a couple of Fashionscape unlocks. A little fitting considering how much of a zombie I feel at times flinching these wizards. I mean, it's still a super chill grind, but it can be a little boring at times. A slight change of scenery from the basement. This is going to be my new flinching spot here on the second floor. I use spots near each of their doors to do the flinching. I did notice that while in the basement, I was killing the wizard really quick, and then while waiting for like 12 or 13 seconds, whatever the respawn time is, I figured if it's that quick, I might as well come up to the second floor and bounce between these two wizards, and yeah, now I'm here. And the experience per hour is significantly higher. I also started casting low alchemy on the drops for some extra magic experience while I collect runes. Level 45 strength. This is a bit of a big one. I now have a max hit of 6 on the other attack styles. I've got a decent chunk of mind runes, but I'm sorely lacking on air runes, which are pretty important. Strike spells use 1 air rune, and bolt spells use 2. They're starting to be a bit of a limiting factor. Could really use a maze at this point. Still, I'm going to use what I got to hopefully get some magic levels to up my defense against the wizard attacks. Alright, I've used up what remained of my air runes. I think at this point I'm going to burn these lamps to push me to 29, and I'm going to call it there. I think in order to stockpile runes, I'm going to get 40 defense. I needed to complete a chunk task anyway, so I'll just hoard all of the runes I get between now and the end of that grind. Just finished with a quiz random. I'll probably spend this on magic down the road. Oh boy, we got some more Fashionscape. Will the lederhosen replace the zombie pants? No, they will not. Wasn't paying attention, but I did just get 30 defense with that last kill. Halfway-ish there to 40. The rune situation is not looking good. Thank the heavens, another maze random. I needed this pretty badly. The rune situation has not been great. Hopefully we get a good chunk of air runes with this. I had to hop around a few times to get a good chest spawn, but nonetheless, I am very happy to spend an hour and a half here. Okay, I am out of the maze. Let's check the hall, and holy, we are up to 232 air runes. That is quite the haul. That is a decent amount of the other elements as well, water being the second most important here. I am beyond stoked right now. Level 30 magic. 3 more levels to go. Just wanted to quickly get this level before I take a break. Level 31 magic. We've got 2 more levels to go. Okay, and I just got level 27 prayer. I wasn't really paying attention. This is actually a big level. I unlock Mystic Lore, which gives an increase to my magic attack, defense, and strength. This should help kill the lesser demon quicker and help conserve on runes in the long run. I'll have to prayer flick because I don't have any means of replenishing my prayer in this chunk, outside of, I guess, maybe dying, but I'm not going to intentionally die to reset prayer. This is a solid unlock for the grind ahead. And with this, level 40 defense has been achieved. The grind has ended. We've got a decent amount of strike casts and an okay amount of bolt casts. Time to get these last 2 levels. Level 32 magic coming in, one final level to go. I'll use the book now to help conserve on runes getting to 33. And just like that, level 33 magic is in the bag. We have unlocked telekinetic grab. I can finally start killing the lesser demon with the goal of finishing up chunk tasks. But I think those elusive tasks will have to wait till the next episode. I've made some amazing progress so far, and I'm extremely excited to start progressing on this next phase of the chunk. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.